So in this commentary, I'm going to have to mention the missionary mindset of these racially black people that are not us, right? That are immigrants, or maybe they're sitting abroad in the UK or some racially black nation in Africa, right? So Black History Month is being discussed on TikTok in the context of it, why it exists, and what the intention of Black History Month is here in the United States, right? I'm referencing 4.blogs.archives.gov concerning a discussion that took place in 1976 and something that President Gerald R. Ford said. And I'll be quick with this part and then I'll get into my commentary. But in referencing 4.blogs.archives.gov, there is an article that talks about Black History Month in 1976 and how in the United States there was a recognition of the country's past 200 years and there was a bicentennial commemoration. And that bicentennial commemoration became an opportunity to speak about Black America, right, and historical facts. And that is when President Ford said exactly what I'm going to quote. Quote, in the bicentennial year of our independence, we can review with admiration the impressive contributions of Black Americans to our national life and culture. End of quote. Let's get. Hey, ladies and gents, what's up? Social Nurse here. Black History Month, right? We know that here in the United States of America, Black History Month has to do with Black Americans, right? And our ancestors descend from enslaved people right here on the American soil. We understand this. Racially black people were enslaved here on the United States soil, what we call today the United States of America, right? With that said, there was 400 years of it, and there was predominantly a system in place that, by law, treated ethnic black Americans a certain way. With that said, listen, over there on TikTok, there are some people that are racially black from other parts of the world. Maybe some have immigrated to the United States that refuse to understand the context of the celebration. Just like those who refuse to understand the context of Juneteenth, even though many people took the time to explain to them. And that's one of the things I've noticed about some of these racially black people from other places or that have immigrated here, like some of the UK blacks that are Caribbean or African. And some are here as well. And I've even seen a few Africans. You click through those profiles and they are sitting there in Africa wanting to debate certain topics pertaining to black Americans, ethnic black Americans, right? Listen, people have taken the time to go over facts. Carter G. Woodson, Negro Week, and the development of black history here in America. It's not about Nigerian independence, Caribbean Day, UK blacks in England and what they've done. It's not about any Francophone blacks from Africa going into France to help fight a war. That's not what Black History Month is about here in the United States. It's just not. It's been explained several times, the context of black Americans here in the United States. We are racially black, and black is also an ethnic group. You can't explain it any better than a lot of people have been doing over there on TikTok. So when some racially black person that parents fled from some other nation continue to say black Americans don't know where they're coming from, that's intentional, being obtuse and spiteful, right? When they refuse to understand facts of being explained, no, Black History Month is not about, respectfully, Kwame Nkrumah here in America. It's not about him. It's not about Paul Bogle being sold for rice, Jamaica, right? It's just not about that. Some things are facts, right? Being explained facts is necessary because misunderstandings continue to contribute to problems, right? Some of these racially Black people from other places have missionary mindsets. Missionary mindsets. They want to take over. They want to impede upon. They want to colonize and conquer certain things about ethnic Black Americans who descend from people, right, that were, taken out of Africa forcefully, not immigrants, right? They want to have missionary mindsets, right? They developed the mindsets of people that they claim colonized their nations, forced them to learn new languages, forced them to, they have the same mindset. With that said, last but not least, sometimes I find that some of these racially Black immigrants, respectfully, really can understand things better if it's from someone who is not racially Black delivering the message. Now, let me just say this. I don't advocate for bullying. I don't celebrate the disparity of anyone. I do not endorse dangerous acts of any kind towards any group of people. Some things are just facts, though, and some things are opinion. Here's an opinion. I believe that many racially Black immigrants and racially Black Africans from whatever the 54 out of whatever countries are racially Black there in Africa really understand things better if it's coming out of the mouth of someone who is not racially Black, right? They will grab it, grasp it, and understand it, right? So, I'm going to say or repeat something that a president of the United States said. That president was Gerald Ford, a Republican, white, right? So that there are, certain facts about Gerald Ford. Gerald R. Ford was the 38th U.S. president. He served from 1974 to 1977 and the only person to hold both vice presidency and presidency without being elected to either. He assumed office after President Richard Nixon resigned. Gerald Ford went on to pardon Nixon and then focused on restoring trust, economic stability, and reducing Cold War tensions. He also spoke about Black History Month here in America. Nothing's better than an understanding. Holidays, events should be celebrated in context. For example, Cinco de Mayo, no one should be celebrating Juneteenth while participating in a Cinco de Mayo celebration. Nigerian Independence Day, if you're celebrating on that day, Nigerian Independence Day, Haitian Revolution should not be the celebration of that day. It just is what it is. Those are some examples. Holidays, events, and celebrations should be within context. Thanks for stopping by, Social Nerd.